I bought a water-cooled Xbox 360 from eBay for $400, and in this video, we're gonna unbox it, test it out, tear it down, and see if it's any good. It's got a bunch of accessories out here. What I assume is next is our water-cooled 360, and man, I am excited for this bad boy, but let's unwrap it and see what it looks like. Yo, here it is. All right, so it's all wrapped up here. We almost got it out of the packaging. We got a random free game, got split second here, which is cool, but oh my goodness, look at how large that fan is. It takes up the entire top of the 360 here, and we'll take a deeper dive into this console in a second, but I first want to take a look at the accessories. So first thing, we got the controller here, which is actually pretty sweet. You got some blue analog sticks, got some copper button thing going on here with the random Y button left there, and also a Ghost Mod case, blue in the back, translucent of course. I think he said in the listing that it lights up blue whenever it vibrates, which is, I mean, that's pretty sweet if it actually does that. And then we also have this UV light, which I'll get into this in a minute, but the UV light, apparently this paint reacts to UV light and you can basically draw on it. I watched a little video that the seller posted. We'll try that out later. We also have this little cap here, which I think you can replace the water in the reservoir there. But taking a closer look here, there's like a lot of things going on with this console, even past the whole water cooling thing. So let's kind of start in the front here. And you can see there's like a Ghost Mod faceplate here, which is cool. I've never actually seen that in person, which is looks pretty sick, not gonna lie. We also have here on the side, of course, a hard drive. I'm not sure how large the hard drive is, but it's got a clear, you can see inside of it. I think it lights up blue maybe, and of course it's painted purple. And then flipping to the bottom of the console here, it's just like, it's so interesting. So there's a few things going on. First of all, he said he used anodized purple, I think, as the color. Also spray painted it glow in the dark, and then did this raindrop effect as well, where he basically dropped some water onto here and then spray painted it, and somehow it left this kind of cool design on it, but it's actually, it's still flat. Like looking at it, it looks like there's actually bumps in the console, and that's what I thought it was, but it's not really bumpy at all. It's just a kind of cool effect. I don't even know how to describe that. That's actually really cool. And then flipping to the back here of the console, you can see it looks pretty normal, except we have a radiator here instead of a fan. This is where the heat gets radiated, comes out the back. It is an HDMI console. Looks all pretty standard. It looks like he painted over the little labels here. And then yeah, it looks like we got a purple plate on this side. And then flipping back to the top, as you saw earlier, we have this massive fan. I don't even know how to describe this fan. It's just like probably the biggest fan I've ever seen in my life. And of course we got our water in the reservoir right here, which is just like, I've heard about water-cooled Xbox 360s back like 15 years ago, but I have not seen one of these ever in my lifetime, so this is awesome to see. But then taking a closer look at the fan, it looks like it's got a decal in here that says, what does that say? My cookie dealer? What does that mean? I don't, okay. Well, we have this UV light here, which is supposed to basically draw on the console. So let's give that a go. Okay guys, so lights off, and there, wow, that's actually awesome. So you got this UV light shining on the glow in the dark paint, and you can draw, and it's actually really, really cool just to see it fade away. Dude, that is, that is so cool. What in the world? Yeah, I think it's about time just to turn this bad boy on and see what it does, and hopefully it still works. But let's go ahead and yeah, let's plug it in. So guys, console plugged in, batteries are in the controller. Let's go ahead and do a countdown here to turn it on. So 3, 2, 1, and yo, wait a second, why is it so loud? I was not expecting that. By the way, we got some like purple and blue LEDs here on the front. Let's try to connect the controller here. Ooh, we got some blue LEDs on the controller as well. And yeah, so the ring of light, yeah, so it's like alternating blue and purple, which is pretty sweet. And yeah, I am a little concerned why this thing is buzzing so loud. Well guys, I unfortunately think this thing has some sort of issue. It doesn't sound like it's the big fan on top. It sounds like it's either the pump or maybe the fan attached to the radiator. That's kind of where the area where it sounds like it's coming from. I watched some videos that this guy made, and it definitely did not sound this loud. So guys, I was actually able to figure out the issue here and why it's making the loud buzzing noise. Let me go ahead and step around the console and kind of show you. So towards the back of the console here, you can see we have our reservoir, our water reservoir right here. We also have our radiator, which has a fan on the other side that's just pushing heat out the back. And basically the fan is rubbing against this reservoir right here. So let me just turn it on, and you can see, you can't really see it in there, but there is a fan right there that's rubbing against this little block right here. And if I push it that way, away from the fan, it stops rubbing, and it's basically silent in the way it should be. So I got to figure out a way to get it to stay this way. For now, I'll probably just wedge something in there so it kind of stays for the video. So I got this stupid little pouch kind of wedged in there so we can at least finish filming this video here. But yeah, other than that, this console is sick. I try to message a seller, see what he says, just because I paid $400 for this. So I don't want it to, that's an issue, you know. But let's go ahead and just kind of explore this console some more. And yeah, we're on the Metro dashboard here. We actually have a profile called Rabbi DeBunny 61, I think that's what it is. Got 8,000 gamer score, got a pretty sweet setup here, a little costume. Even got a little background right there. No bio, no location, no nothing. Let's check out the achievements. Looks like it was last played split second in Blur. Last played online, Halo 3 ODST in 2019. Let's go ahead and explore a little bit more. I think we have a 120 gig hard drive in here, but let's verify. And yeah, 120, wait, hold on, we got 60 gigs gone. It's definitely 120. But, wait, do we have some games? Hold on. Yo, wait a second. That's amazing. We have Skyrim, Lego Star Wars, Halo Waypoint, Force Unleashed 2, FIFA 14, Dead Rising 2, and Assassin's Creed 2. Let's try out this controller now. Like I said earlier, I think when it vibrates, it lights up blue on these sides. So let's try that out real quick. And actually, I guess to try that out, we can try out the disk drive as well. So opening it up, opens up super smooth, very clean inside. I got the split-second game that came with this console. Let's go ahead and put it in, make sure it works, and make sure the little vibration thing works as well. So game is booted up and working, and let's try this vibration, and yeah, sure enough. Okay, so I don't see it going on the left side, but on the right side it sure is. When you vibrate, it's lighting up blue, which is that's actually pretty sick. Let me go ahead and turn the lights off and see if we can see it a bit better. Yeah, so basically every time I vibrate, you can see it is flashing on the right side. But you know, the console is working without an issue here. It is very quiet once you got that buzzing noise fixed. Really the loudest part is just the disk drive, which is just always kind of loud on the 360s. If you guys know, you know. But yeah, man, let's go back to the main menu real quick. And actually I want to check out and see if there's any of the profiles here first. We got, we got 6 profiles. Lifelike Worm 10. Let's check out Lifelike Worm here. And okay, got 10 gamer score. Nice. I'm actually really curious what this person played. Looks like they played Halo Reach and got 1 achievement back in 2014. Nice. This hard drive's kind of old, but yeah, it's pretty sick. It's got games on here and stuff. But guys, I kind of want to do a little walk around of the console and show you some unique details in the dark that you probably can't see right now. So let's do it. So yeah, starting here on the front of the console, like you guys saw earlier, we do have the ring of light here, which is pretty cool. And then honestly, my favorite part is this giant, humongous, just big fan on the top. And I love how the LEDs are kind of shooting out the sides, like kind of looks like fire, just like, I don't know why, it's just so cool to me. Also got your LED readout there for your temperature, which is pretty sick. I'm not actually sure where that temperature readout is inside of it, like where the probe is, but still pretty cool either way. Also, of course, got your water reservoir here, which actually lights up kind of greenish in here. And I think that's because there's an LED strip somewhere down there. Now, the guy did say that you could buy some, basically some UV dye and put it in here, which would be absolutely sick. I don't have that right now, but I'm gonna have to try that. And then, of course, as you saw earlier, we got our UV light, and you can just draw on the console, which is just, I don't know, man, that's just so cool. I wonder if there's a way I could get it to stay longer. Maybe sit it out in the sun or something. Let's flip around to the back. So on the back, pretty standard. Again, looks pretty sick because you can shine your light on it and color it green. But going over to the side here, we also have our hard drive, which is hollowed out, and you got a little blue LED. But next up, guys, I want to do a quick little thermal camera test here, just to kind of compare the water-cooled 360 here on the right side to my personal Jasper 360 on the left side. Now, they both are Jasper motherboards, and they're both playing games right now. And you can see that basically over here you see obviously some heat where the water reservoir is, and then obviously heat coming out of the radiator in the back, about 91 degrees Fahrenheit. And then coming over here to the Jasper, it's about 95, 96, which makes sense to me because water dissipates heat better, so you expect this one to be a little bit cooler here on the right side. Now, you do see a bit more heat down here on the left side of the console, which I imagine is just the pump that's kind of mounted in there somewhere, because on this console you don't see that at all. But anyways, this doesn't really mean a whole lot. It's just kind of interesting to look at. And yeah, let's go ahead and open this console up, and hopefully I don't break it. Now, I will mention, I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but the fan right here on the top is actually an intake fan. I didn't really notice that, but that's just hilarious to me, having an intake fan that large. I mean, I guess it's beneficial. Goes in, goes out the back. Yeah, let's go ahead and start and try to take off the faceplate first. Okay, that popped off, not quite as easily as an OEM faceplate, but it did come off. Now, next up, let's go ahead and try to take off the side plates. So I got the side pieces off here, and now comes the tricky part. I'm hoping I can just release the clips like usual, where you pop out these 5 clips here, these 2 here, and then the few on the front, and hopefully it just comes apart easily. But I imagine there's gonna be some wires kind of straddling between the 2 sides of the console that could cause us some issues. It looks like this part is actually already open, so that's good. Let's go ahead and try to get this part open now. All right, not gonna lie, this entire back piece or bottom piece came off very easily. Sweet, and this part is actually painted as well. Yo, it's like this white kind of creamish color. That looks awesome. Now, obviously there's no screws down here for the X clamps because we don't have X clamps because it's a water block. Curious what that'll look like, but let's go ahead and keep going further. And slowly slide it off, and wow, that's amazing. Hold on, dude, this thing was designed with disassembly in mind. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen this on a custom console where it's just like, it came apart. All you got to do is unplug this one cable. Huge props to this guy. That I just never see that. Now, this inside, this looks crazy. We got, first of all, we got all this graffiti here on the disk drive, which actually looks pretty sick. It just really matches the vibe of the console, where it's like neon colors, water block, water cooling. It just matches the vibe, you know. We also have our temperature readout here, of course, not in there. We got some LED strips down there. We've got our water reservoir. Let me just see if I actually can take this disk drive out to give us a bit more space and kind of see what's going on here. There, we got that out. All right, so actually I just noticed the temperature readout right here. Of course, you got the wire that goes down here, the probe. It's actually inside of the tubing, which is pretty sick. I'm assuming that actually might go down into the water block down here. Now, I'm certainly no expert in water cooling in the least bit, but let's kind of try to break this down here and figure out exactly what's going on. So we got our water reservoir, which I assume comes into here to the water block. The water block, basically the water in here heats up when the chips get hot, goes out to the radiator, and the fan blows the heat out the radiator out the back. The water comes in here into the pump. The pump pumps more air through the reservoir, and then it keeps going through the cycle there. I would assume it goes that way. Maybe the opposite. No, it's got to go that way. Let me know down below if I got something missing here. But apparently this water block right here was actually designed for the 360 back in the day, and you just can't find these anymore. I'll throw the model number on the screen. But by the way, you actually can take this little piece off right here, unscrew it, and use this little cap right here so that you can fill it up with water, or if you want to basically drain it, you can fill it up with new distilled water and put your UV dye in as well, which I really want to try. I'm gonna have to buy some of that though. It's so sick. Actually, hold on. Let's go ahead and plug it back in. I want to try to run this with the case open and just see what it kind of looks like from the inside. I got it partially back together. We'll run it without the top fan here, the intake fan. We don't really need that for now. But let's go ahead and try to turn it back on. So actually with this thing taken apart, we can see it a whole lot closer up now what the issue is with the whole rattling noise back here. So basically, you got your reservoir and it rubs against the fan. So we need to pull it back. So I need to put something to wedge in there or just somehow get it to mount a little bit further back. We can fix that issue. Again, not a huge deal. Everything else works perfectly. And yeah, not a whole lot else going on here. You can just see the LEDs in here, which kind of light up the console. You got some LEDs inside of those fans down there. And yeah, man, this whole console is very cool. Let me know down below if you've ever used a water-cooled 360 or water-cooled console in general. It's a very rare thing. You don't see it very often. But if anybody else has any other water-cooled devices or any other custom consoles you want to sell me or maybe lend me for a video, please let me know down below. I'm always interested in checking these out and showing them off. So guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.